Hello, everybody, and welcome to a edition of the Corporate Gamer broadcast. I am your host, Corporate Gamer, and yeah, it's been a while. Um, I haven't streamed in about 3 weeks, which is yeah, things happen, unfortunately, and I was not able to stream. So hopefully, I'll be back for a little bit of time. A little bit more regular. I haven't done reviews as well. It's been kind of a hectic little few weeks. I will be honest. So, hey, we'll see how it is. Hopefully, the stream will be okay. Murphy's Law, usually the first time you come back into a stream, right? Um, yeah, so let's do this. So, the last time I played Crysis, I think I'm close to the end, but I don't actually know. And I don't have anything else planned. So, this might actually be a really short stream. Or me streaming a bit of gaming and then having a chat. We'll see how that goes. And I'm being handy because, um, so what happened was I started streaming Crysis, and then my so I was streaming on and off. I haven't really streamed regularly in a while, to be honest. It's been really difficult to actually my kid and so on and so forth. So I was streaming once or twice a week, but then my daughter got gastro, and after that, my wife got gastro, so I was taking care of them. And after that, I got my second shot for the vaccine, and shortly after that, I got a cold. So I was kind of down and out for a while. Then my daughter got she got an ear infection. She was going, now she has a cold. So long live daycare. But having said that, things are going better, and I'm hoping to be streaming a little bit better. Haven't done a lot of reviews recently. I apologize for that. I just haven't had the time to sit down and actually write something. At the same time, I was in the process of going through interviews for a new job, so that consumed my time a little bit. So hopefully now I'll have a bit more time to dedicate to streaming a little bit. Hopefully I can finish Crysis tonight, and I have an idea what I'm going to be. Hopefully I'll be able to. I think I know what I'm going to be doing next. Um, I've had an inkling for it for a while. You know, when I was streaming Crysis, I was actually not sure what I was going to do next. I didn't know if I was going to do Crysis 2 or Bioshock 3 or Bioshock Infinite. But I think I know that. Oh, thanks, Integer. Yeah, I've been catching your stuff as well. Good stuff on your channel as well, your YouTube channel. I it's not that it's not fun to do streaming anymore. I am I enjoy it. It's been really difficult to just to actually get back into the fold and streaming regular on a regular basis, and I do miss it. I miss playing games. Um, I mean, it's I used to be able to dedicate some time, but my wife went back to work after her maternity leave. My pat leave is finishing in a week, and I'm starting a new job. So, it's been a little bit hectic with a sick daughter and so on and so forth. So, hopefully, I should be able to get a little bit done. Hopefully, but we'll see. So, we're going to continue with Crysis. I think I'm towards the end of the game. I'm 3 weeks removed. Actually, the last time I streamed was 23 days ago, and I feel bad. And again, I haven't really done any reviews at all for a little while, quite a while. I think the last thing I did was I was in the middle of doing the Perfect Dark review, and I never finished it. I think the last thing I did was the Outer Worlds DLC. Ugh, that's been a while. So yeah, well, at least from a gaming perspective, I did a few. TV series reviews. I did Spencer for Hire, and I'm going to be doing the Equalizer. I already did an Equalizer review, but I did it from off the cuff from my memory. Now that I've actually watched all the episodes, I have a little bit more insight, and I kind of feel the same about the TV show. And this is the thing: a lot of people would give me poop on Twitter or whatever, saying, while the Equalizer, because I always said that I wasn't as much of a big fan of the Equalizer movies with Denzel Washington than with Edward Woodward. What a weird name, seriously, um, tongue twister. Um, and some people have said, "Oh, it's because you don't like a black guy as a main character," and so on and so forth. And it's not that. I never thought that it was that. I just didn't find the spirit of the TV show translated into the movie. I know they tried to make the movie its own. And again, and I'm watching the Queen Latifah version, and I find it's one of those. It's one of those shows that did not translate to movies, but it's yes, indeed. Um, it's not a movie it's not a TV show that translates well to movies. I think it could, but they haven't been able to hit that nail on the head. But it's a good TV show, and the one with Queen Latifah is good. It's a decent show. I like it. So it's not like it's one of those things where they tried to make a movie franchise out of it. Now, Equalizer 2, personally, I found was a little bit better than the first one. I found the first one boring. Maybe I'm in the minority, but I wasn't a big fan when I watched it. But anyways, I should start the game, right? I have no clue where I am or what I'm doing. By the way, thanks for passing by, Integer. Really appreciate it. Um, it's been tough, and now that things are reopening, viewership is going to start going down, 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 down. The people that started, oh, Stampede, yeah. You know what? Um, oh my God, it was so funny. So Kucherov went off the deep end yesterday. He was probably drunk when he did his news conference, and he criticized Montreal for being too passionate, pretty much, saying that after Game Four it's as if we won the Stanley Cup. And then there was somebody from a French TV station here, radio sports station here. She was out at 12:30 at night in the middle of the streets of Tampa, and they were deserted. Nobody was celebrating the Stanley Cup win. No one at all. In Montreal, nobody would have slept. I guarantee you, if we won a Stanley Cup, nobody would have slept. Anyway, so they kind of went. He went a bit on the deep end. The better team won. I expected them to win. I'm happy it wasn't a sweep. I'll be honest. Um, Price did not play particularly well in the first three games. The first game in the series, that was a team effort that sucked all around. But it was a scouting game. The second game we should have won. Technically, if the proper stars would have aligned, the series should be 3-2 now, right now. Because the Montreal Canadiens should have won that second game. They did everything in that second game to win, except to win. Literally. They lost 2-1. Um, we just ran out of juice. I think the guys are freaking banged up, man. And on top of that, freaking Tampa, like, they have an all-star team at this point. Kucherov, I'm not a big fan of him personally, but can't deny his talent. Um, Not much larger. Not that much larger. Oh, it's cool, Integer. It's all good. I've been wanting to play this for a long time, and it's on Game Pass, so I decided to play it. Yeah, it's not the remastered version. It still looks freaking decent, so I decided to play it anyways. That's one of those things that I'm getting through my backlog by streaming, and I think it's the same for a lot of people. And it's a lot of thing. Crysis, and I was never able to play the original game, so like it gives me the opportunity to actually finish this game. Not really. They just have more talent. They manage like they. It's as if they knew where everyone was at the ice at any one time. And the one thing that killed the Montreal Canadiens is that we overplayed our top four. If we would have played the whole series like we played in Game 4, I guarantee you there's a Game 7. I'm not saying we win, but there's a Game 7. Having said that, to everyone that said that the Montreal Canadiens did not deserve to be in the final because of the division we're in, I don't think the Maple Leafs, I don't think the Jets, and I don't think Vegas would have beat Tampa, personally. And the reason they had the most difficulty against the Panthers is because they played them like 10 times. So they knew what to do, right? They knew how to play them. Whereas the rest of the NHL didn't play each other. Having said that, next year our division is going to be stacked. And if Montreal wants to make the playoffs, they're going to have to play out of the gate and maintain that consistency. You're going to have Boston, which is it's in the tail end of its heyday. I don't think they're as good of a team as they used to be, but they're still a decent team. You have Tampa, which are going to be the Stanley Cup champions and are a powerhouse. You have the Maple Leafs. Either you like them or you don't. They still, in the regular season, they're still a powerhouse. Ottawa, which we have trouble playing. Florida, who won their division this year. Who am I missing? Toronto, Ottawa. No, I think that's it. So out of all those teams, on paper, I think that we're the weakest team in that division. However, I think this year a lot of the records were inflated because of how well. Honestly, we got into the playoffs because of Vancouver. If Vancouver would have won a couple more games, we didn't make the playoffs. We had trouble against Calgary. We had trouble against Ottawa. Thank God they didn't make it to the playoffs because we would have had trouble against them. The Jets were better than I knew we could beat. I knew we could beat, although we did the hard way. I thought that we could have beat Toronto because Toronto is similar to Edmonton, where they have like one line, essentially. And if you block that line, they're screwed. And basically, that's what happened. The Jets, they're a little bit more balanced. Yes, Scheifele got suspended. But I think even if Scheifele would have been in the game, we dominated the first game. So even if he would have been there, maybe he would have won a couple of more games. So instead of beating them in 4, would have beat them in 6. That's my opinion. Hallebuck was good, but he wasn't better than Price. Vegas was our first real test, and we were able to adjust, and we were able to like suffocate their offensive players. Pacioretty had 1 goal, but he was pretty much non-existent the whole series. Mark Stone had 0 points. Yes, they had Stevenson that was injured, but I mean, if you have depth, technically you should be able to adjust. We got lucky. Marc-Andre Fleury with that flub. But it is what it is. And I think with the team we have, we had a better team than the record showed in the final. And I'm honestly saying that. A lot of people on Twitter are going to say, I've had these Twitter, it's a fluke. The Montreal Canadiens don't deserve to be there. Maybe. But the difference between this year and all other years is that in other years you had Plekanec in the core, but we were heavily reliant on Price. this year in the playoffs, as much as I love Price, as much as he did steal some games through the playoffs, it's as much as he was not the sole reason why games were won. To be honest, he didn't have to show up. He could have been average for the Jets. He didn't have to be spectacular. The team took over. So for that series, I think except for game 2 where they won 1-0, I think he no, he didn't have to steal any game in that series. Um, Even in the Vegas one, there's a couple of games where he didn't have to be like spectacular. He just needed to make a few saves and he was fine. In the finals, he would have needed to be Price every step of the way. And I think if we would have been down only 2 games and start playing well, I think we had a better chance. Yeah, as much as people say, oh, the reverse sweep would have been, oh, we could do the reverse sweep. There's a reason why in the modern era nobody's been able to ever do it. It's almost impossible. On top of that, Tampa hasn't lost 2 games in a row in 14 games now, over 2 seasons in the playoffs. Now, having said that, they sucked on the power play against us. Our power play was our power penalty killing was really cool. Was really good. Um, their power play is insane, and we managed to, yeah, there were a few posts and Price had to be had to be good, but at the end of the day, they didn't score that much. I think they scored 2 goals out of 15, which for them they were hitting their power play at 40%. That's insane. Um, Now people saying no, they were 18 million over the cap. They played the system. You may dislike it or not. They played the system. Other teams have done it too. The Vegas had to play with their rosters well. They just, you know, Kucherov was ready to come back like in February, and he stayed on the long injured reserve. Me too. I would freaking love to have a guy that can score like 40 goals a year in my back pocket and just take him out in the playoffs. That has to be a loophole that kind of has. I think it's a loophole that has to be patched. We'll see how that goes, but because if that's the case, everybody's going to circumvent the cap now. They found a way to circumvent the cap. Every team's going to do it. Now this year was a little bit different because you had the taxi squad and you had whatever. Next year we're going back to normal, quote unquote. But yeah, even the Canes, they could have. I think they could have taken over Tampa, but it ended up not working out that way. But at the end of the day, though, like I was saying, the this year, yeah, you had Price, you had Weber. You wanted to win it for them, and God bless them. I really wanted to win it for Price, similar to how I actually was rooting for Washington when Ovechkin won. I was rooting for Ovi because the one thing that Ovi never was able to do is win a cup, whereas Crosby won like 2-3. And it's the one thing, it was the one blemish on his resume that people would have always said he never won a cup. Best scorer of all time, one of the best snipers that ever existed in the NHL, never won a cup. And that's why I was rooting for them the whole time, because they always had like bad luck. And that year they beat their nemesis, Pittsburgh. Usually they always lose against Pittsburgh, and they ended up beating them that year. So this year was the same thing, but for Price. I actually wanted Price to win his Stanley Cup. His record, yes, the last 2-3 years in the regular season, he's been lackluster. Either he's been injury prone or he hasn't played up to par. But I think he realized that why should I throw all my eggs in the basket during the season when everything's in the playoffs? Let's just make the playoffs. But the thing is that we barely made the playoffs, right? Um, it stings a little bit that Montreal lost. I sincerely thought they could have won. But I think there's some people that were way too banged up. Like Gallagher came back in the playoffs, and he was just not the Gallagher we know. He was slower. He crushed. He did what he did what Gallagher does, like being a pest. But he just didn't have that drive, that same drive that he normally had. He just looked tired. Um, Dano played great. Lekkonen played great. Evans played great. I'm surprised Evans made a return. I never thought he would be back this year with the hit he got. Um, Eric Stahl needs to go. He was a rental, and he was. And the thing is that when everybody was saying, "Oh, he's getting points," he's slow as molasses, and he didn't even win a lot of face-offs. He was horrible. I would have taken out Stahl before KK, my honest opinion. But hey, I'm not the coach. What the fuck is happening? I have to relearn. I have to relearn my buttons. Ah. Eric Stahl is way past his prime. He needs to retire. He's like a Joe Thornton. It's like these guys, Patrick Marlowe. They need to retire. Yeah, okay, great. You got like you want to play till you're 110. I get it. Um, I I don't think he. It's guys that just need to retire. And the thing is, like everybody that was chirping at the Montreal Canadiens during the so a lot of people a lot of people were saying, "Oh, Montreal came back from game no 3-1 to win the series against the Maple Leafs." Okay, I understand that we started the year strong, then we struggled, but the last like month and a half was absolute hell for the Montreal Canadiens. We had the COVID protocol, so we had like players that had COVID. So everything was shut down. They couldn't practice, they couldn't do anything for 14 days or for 10 days, whatever it was. Then they had a condensed schedule. They played like 26 games in 44 nights, which is insane amount of hockey. Um, and through all of that, they didn't have a chance. They fired their coach Julien. They put in Dominic Ducharme, but through all of that, he never had a chance to actually have a decent practice with the team. His first real practice with the team was the week before the playoffs started. So before things start clicking together and everybody knows what their role is, um, they ended up going to, it took a bit of time. We ended up winning the first game, I think, by fluke. I'll be honest. It was a Tavares hit, and it was a nice goal by Byron, but I think it was a bit of a fluke. We were a little bit lost for the next few games, but then when we figured out, when everybody knew what their role was, boom, that's when we knew what we were doing, and that's it. We figured out how to play our game, and I think against Tampa we didn't play our game enough. We play when we were on our game. We played heavy. We hit a lot, and it was to our advantage as the series went on. So at the beginning of the series, we looked always off, but then as the series progressed, it was getting harder and harder and harder for the other opposition to actually do anything. And I think there were nerves. A lot of it was nerves. Even game four, the first 15 minutes of the first period, Tampa was dancing around Montreal. Um, and I think we were just nervous, and I think we gave Tampa too much respect. Honestly, I think that's what it comes down to. And I really hope that the majority of the core comes back next year, with a few exceptions, just so that they can prove what they can do with that same core, if they can go all the way. And chances are we probably meet Tampa in the first or second round, if that's the case, if we make the playoffs, because they're in our division. So it's the conference. So, I mean, if we finish 7th or 8th, they probably end up first or second. Chances are it's first or second round. We're going to probably play them. Okay, seriously? Well, that's that.
Over there! Missile power's falling fast! Son of a bitch! Look at that thing! They're coming! Let's go! Go! No, man! Come on! Oh! Raising up! Need a heat suit!
Come on.
Can't hold out much longer!
Come on. All right, let's go.
Gotcha, man. All ass, Nomad! Get across the bridge!
Well, I guess I made it to that point. But that's if they make it, yeah.
Soldier, over here!
You Raptor team?
What's left of them?
Strickland said you guys were coming. Hell, we never thought you'd make it out. You find any of my guys in there?
It's 200 below inside that thing.
All right, cool, Tim. Thanks for passing by. I really appreciate it.
Everything's dead. Everything human, that is.
What did you find in there? What the hell are those things?
Wish I knew. Where's your CO?
Sergeant Keegan, he's inside.
Idaho Command, this is Sergeant Keegan. We're overrun. I need immediate evac up here.
It's chaos down here, Sergeant. Too many hostiles to risk another burn. We got casualties waiting to extract. Make your way down the valley to the evac center.
Understood, Major.
Okay, but it says to point over here. I don't understand.
Am I glad to see you guys? Sounds like we're on our own here. We could have used some of that high-tech armor when the ice hit. I've got orders to get these men down the valley to the evac center. They're pulling everyone out! Sir, we got more hostiles inbound! Hold your positions! We got contact! What the fuck are these things?
God damn it.
Mayday! Can anybody hear me? This is Helena Rosenthal. Our VTOL went down close to the river. I think the pilot's dead.
Get to the crash site, Nomad. JSOC wants the civilian extracted safely. I'll see if I can scramble another bird to pull you out.
Roger that.
There's the crash site. Let's go!
Somebody get me out of here!
Hang in there. We're on our way.
Or are we? Ah, boy.
Hurry! I can see more of them!
Helena, stay calm. We'll get to you.
I'm with you, Nomad.
Please! Get me out of here! I'm trapped! The pilot's dead! I think something's outside! Ah!
Come on, Nomad! Move!
Okay. I love how this fire, like,
Helena, you okay?
I'm trapped! The door won't open! I can smell fuel! Please, get me out of here!
Nomad, hold on! I'll get her out of the way! Hold on! Nomad, keep those things off my back! Hang on! I've almost got it!
I'm fine.
fuck, seriously? God damn it.
Helena, you okay?
I'm trapped! The door won't open! I can smell fuel! Please, get me out of here!
Nomad, come on! I'll get her out of the wreckage! Hold on! Nomad, keep those things off my back! Hang on! I've almost got it! Just a little... Are you hurt?
I'm fine. Thanks.
Raptor team, hang in there. I've got VTOL
Grab
en
that
route to your
anti-air unit
position.
and cover us!
Alright, got part of this done. Yay!
Over here! Down! Down!
Get her to the VTOL! We'll cover you!
Get the civilian on board. We don't have much time. Keep those sons of bitches off my back!
Prophet, you go with her. I'll lay down suppressing fire till you're airborne.
See you back
Okay,
at
well,
the
can I
carrier,
go in?
Nomad. Good luck!
Yeah, fart. Come on.
We're pulling out the wounded. We need you to cover us.
You leave your balls inside that sphere, Nomad? Get out there and fight!
Okay. I thought they told me to get in.
Hold them off! We're out of here! Nomad, we're pulling everybody out. Get your ass down to the evac center and try and get here in one piece. We can't afford to lose the data on your suit.
It's nice to feel wanted, Major.
KPA forces have already evacuated the valley, but they left behind some artillery units. Our boys are using them, so do not engage.
Well, I guess fuck everyone else. I have to say, I know I said this in previous streams, but the game actually still looks really good.
Get down!
Get down. Get down.
Nomad, we're running out of time. We can't hold this position much longer. Get down here now. Energy critical.
I could have probably taken us something to...
Keep the pressure on. Nomad, they're streaming into the valley. We gotta defend this point until we can extract the wounded. Here it comes! Show that bastard what we're made of! I want RPGs up on that hill! Jerk! Hold down that thing! Someone man that artillery unit! Let's up!
This is Vulture 14 approaching the evac point. Airspace is still too hot to make a landing.
Stand your ground, Marine! Nomad, in the sky!
This is Vulture 14. We are ready to land. Stand by for extraction.
Okay, people, we're pulling out! We're gonna get everyone off this island and regroup! Incoming fire! This is your last chance to get off this island alive! Now come on! I'm on my way, Major!
Alright.
Nomad, we ain't waiting all day! Get to that VTOL now!
Yeah, okay.
Come on, sir! In here! What in the name of General Patton is that fucking thing? Get out of here, Vulture! This bastard belongs to me.
And he's gonna die.
What about you, Major? I'm a Marine, son! I'll walk on water if I have to. Now get off my fucking island while I draw its fire! Bring it on, you son of a bitch!
I think we can make it! Hold tight!
Strickland!
Well, that's that. The Reckoning. Go prone to reduce your chance of being spotted.
How'd I do?
We're still alive, Lieutenant. I'd say you did good.
Crew captain, resume landing and takeoff operations.
Nomad, thank God you made it. Take a look at this. One of the pilots brought it in.
Oi, Nomad! Get a load of this ugly bastard!
Yeah.
Okay,
Psycho's
keep it
little
steady.
trophy. Hey, be careful.
The Admiral's nuts bringing this thing on board.
You got something to say, Collins?
No, sir.
I didn't think so.
What the hell?
Dead now, ain't it?
We saw the same thing with our generators in the mine. These creatures drain energy from nearby power sources.
You could have mentioned that before we brought it on board.
Nomad, the Admiral wants to see you down in CDC. That video feed you sent back's causing a bit of a stir. We better get down there.
You go on. I'll see you later.
Come on, the Admiral's waiting.
Glad you made it, Psycho. Where you been?
I spoke to Prophet. I think he's really losing it. Whatever happened inside that sphere shook him up. He's on about going back to the island. Helena thinks she's figured out how these things communicate.
Ensign Montfort, please go to engineering. Ensign Montfort, please go to engineering.
The Lexington's under attack, close to the radius. They're transferring all air traffic to us.
All right, there's a hospital ship en route from
Oh, fuck am I going?
It's gonna take time, so we have to make do. I want a trauma center in supply.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Rosenthal, report to CDC. Dr. Rosenthal to the CDC. Lieutenant Newman, please report to the flight deck. Lieutenant Newman.
I'm not on the right floor, I guess.
I'm telling you, it ain't on the schedule.
Okay.
Ordered those damn munitions an hour ago. I got birds flying out half-cocked.
What's the holdup down there?
We have our orders, sailor, and you're getting in my way.
The hell with your orders!
Hey, back off! My hands are raw from hauling you 9 hours without pal. Get the hell back up.
Really? So where the fuck am I supposed to go?
Bridge is off limits, sir. You want CDC, it's downstairs.
Okay.
Nomad, it's this way.
You going to CDC? Head through that door and follow the signs.
Okay. Which is fine. Oh.
I'm gonna go find Prophet before he does something stupid. I'll catch you later.
Strickland, if you can hear me, you've got to get everyone off this island. There's thousands of these things and they're waking up.
It's an infestation. Nomad, you did a fine job out there, son. Thanks to your video feed, the Joint Chiefs have recommended a nuclear assault. As soon as I get final confirmation from the White House, we'll reduce these bastards to dust.
Admiral, we shouldn't rush into any decisions here. We need time to explore other alternatives.
You want to second-guess the President? The Joint Chiefs? I'm not sure you understand the gravity of the situation, Doctor. Just over a week ago, military intel sats detected abnormal heat signatures from that island. At first, we suspected the Koreans were testing nukes. CIA and NSA got word. It gets better. 4 days ago, NASA picked up a high-frequency signal emanating from the center of the mountain. The beacon is directed at a star, somewhere in galaxy M33. That's almost 4 million light-years away.
It could be a distress signal. A call for help.
You said the samples you found were millions of years old.
That's true. But this technology is so advanced, it can't be terrestrial. What if they were stranded here, and now they're calling for help?
Whatever they are, wherever they're from, we need to act quickly. I have planes armed with nuclear missiles on standby.
With respect, sir, there's no guarantee a missile will even breach their defensive perimeter.
You want guarantees, buy a toaster. I'm not going to sit around and hypothesize while the safety of our planet is at stake.
This is ridiculous. Those things have drained every power source they've come into contact with. The whole mountain is one giant power sink. Look at the schematic. This energy source runs through the entire structure of the mountain. Look at the shape of it. Compare it to the creature we brought on board. My guess is this thing's biological. A living entity that feeds on power. We can't predict what will happen if we use nuclear weapons against it.
You care to predict what will happen if we don't?
I think there's another way. I just need more time.
There is no more time, Doctor.
Sir, we just lost contact with the USS Lexington.
I want all non-critical personnel out of here right now.
I'll be in the armory. Come find me when you're through with this asshole.
Well then.
That means you too, Lieutenant.
I saw your CO heading down to the armory. He's probably waiting for you, sir.
Pretty sure that was a she, but okay. Armory.
Shit, these figures can't be right. We're not equipped to deal with this many wounded.
You looking for the armory? Down the corridor, take a right.
Okay.
Commander Door, please report to the bridge. Commander Door, please report to the bridge.
Word is you guys were inside that sphere. Man, those nanosuits are something else.
Yeah, I ran some preliminary tests. Some kind of accumulator. Never seen anything like it. How he got it working is anyone's guess.
Nomad, you made it.
Hey, Nomad.
You all right, mate? I've still got no idea how you rigged these weapons, boss.
We don't understand it either. The firing mechanism is quite complex. It would take us weeks to reverse engineer it, yet you managed to modify them in the field. You even integrated the power source with your nanosuit. Remarkable.
Yes, I'm a natural.
To put it mildly. Okay, your suit should be fully operational with a few minor enhancements. I've diverted extra power to your hydro thrusters as requested. You're good to go, Major.
Dr. Gillespie, I need to run some tests on Nomad's nanosuit. I was told you'd be able to help.
Certainly. Take a seat, Lieutenant. We're anxious to retrieve the environmental data from your suit's recording unit.
Hey, boss, where you going?
I'm gonna finish this.
I reckon nuking the entire island is about as final as it gets.
What Admiral Morrison does is not my concern. His nuke won't even scratch the surface.
Prophet, wait!
So, what can I do for you, Doctor?
I've identified a signal pattern used by these creatures when they recharge. I think it makes them susceptible to an energy overload. Is there any way to transmit one of their signals via the nanosuit?
Shouldn't be a problem. Let me see what I can do.
What if I need to alter the frequency remotely?
Fairly straightforward. You can send signals from any computer with a wireless connection. That should leave you room to experiment.
What exactly are you guys doing to me?
If my theory is correct, you'll be a walking weapon to fight these things. Then we'd better pray Morrison knows what he's doing.
Okay.
You shouldn't keep the Admiral waiting, Doctor. I can finish up here.
Okay. Nomad, meet me up at the bridge as soon as you're ready.
Pretty girl. Not many of those in my field. If I were 10 years younger, I'd... Ah, there she is. Put her on the rack over there.
Yep.
Prototype tac cannon, designed to be used in conjunction with the nanosuit. We're still experimenting. It hasn't even been field tested. It fires a projectile tactical nuke. Works like a grenade launcher, but with a lot more bang for your buck. Whatever will they think of next?
Can I try it out?
No. Well, I think we're done here, Lieutenant. I'll leave it to Dr. Rosenthal to fine-tune your transmitter.
Thanks, Doc.
No problem. You better get up to the bridge. The Admiral isn't known for his patience. Nomad! If you see Helena, can you tell her... it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what your name is. Just ask her out.
Go easy on that thing. It's volatile.
Relax, I know what I'm doing.
Sure. Okay, so the bridge.
Men, this is Admiral Morrison. A few moments ago, I received authorization from the President to launch a limited nuclear strike against the hostiles on the island. Obviously, the decision to use nuclear force is a very serious one. We are still unsure of the exact nature of our opposition. But based on intel gathered by our Special Ops team, we believe our planet is facing an imminent and very real threat. Whatever happens in the next few minutes, I know that each one of you will perform your duty with honor and professionalism. Now I need you all to report to your battle stations and brace for impact. Let's take the... Major Barnes, this is Admiral Morrison. Put that VTOL down immediately. Major Barnes! What is he doing?
Sir, should I scramble and intercept?
Let him go. Crazy bastard just signed his own death warrant. About time, Lieutenant. We're almost ready to launch. That major of yours just went AWOL. Raided the armory, took a VTOL, and headed back to the island.
Prophet's going back there? You have to delay the launch.
He made his choice, Lieutenant.
Admiral, I'm begging you to reconsider. It's too much of a risk. What if this is exactly what they want? What if we're playing into their hands?
I don't have time for what-ifs, Doctor. The Pentagon has authorized the use of nuclear force. I have my orders.
Constitution Command, this is Marauder 1. We've got lock. Approaching critical range. Over.
Copy, Marauder 1. Stand by. We're ready, sir.
What if you're wrong, Admiral? Can you live with the consequences?
Proceed with the launch.
Aye, aye, sir. Marauder 1, this is Constitution Command. That's a green light. Deliver the payload. Over.
I hope you're right about this.
You, me, and the rest of the planet.
Kaboom. I have a feeling it's not gonna go well.
The sphere. It's expanding.
I told you so.
I think we just made it stronger.
Sir, we've got multiple contacts inbound. 8. No, 12. Oh, shit!
Everybody down!
My turn to save the day. Yeehaw!
Hostiles! Kick ass! Weapons free!
Get a fire crew in here, now! Shake it off, Nomad. This whole ship's going to hell in a handbasket. Those things are breaching our hull from every direction. Get out there and fight, soldier! We cannot lose this ship! The door's jammed, Lieutenant. Don't just stand there. Force it open. Good. Now get out on the flight deck. Flight deck.
Nomad, I'm gonna keep working on the transceiver. I'll let you know if I crack the signal. Good work out there.
Heads up on the deck. Getting ready to shoot cats 1 and 2. Clear the shot lines. Camp up. Watch yourself on the bow.
Okay. So what am I supposed to... I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Defend the flight deck. Okay. Is there anything in particular, or... No, they're not.
Overhead to the elevator! We have it ain't over yet! Nomad, we got a breach in the reactor core. Some of our engineers are trapped on the lower decks. Take a deck elevator down to the hangar bay.
Hey Foxy, how's it going? And thank you for the host. Really appreciate it. How's it going? Been a while. Been 23 days actually. Hope that you're doing well, and haven't seen one of your streams in a while, but
Nomad, I'm in the lab with Helena. Where are you?
There's a breach in the hull. I'm heading down.
yeah, you actually hosted me last. Not too bad. Been really busy, but hopefully I'll be able to stream a little bit more.
Reactor room.
We're gonna make a break for the flight deck. These bastards are everywhere. Give us a shout when you're topside.
Roger, Psycho.
Nomad, I've been working on the remote transceiver. I think we can manipulate the recharge mechanism via your nanosuit. If you get in trouble, let me know.
I'm always in trouble.
much in terms of and I haven't done much in terms of reviews recently. But I'm hoping to finish this game tonight, so I'm hoping that I came from here, didn't I? Yes, I did. Anything here worth a hoot? No. And it's nice to see some familiar faces tonight. Really, I hate the fact that fire fucking burns you, like, no matter where you're going. It's like you have this fucking nano suit, but, you know. Well, that guy is fucked.
Shit! I thought you were one of those creatures.
You know, man.
Damn, you made it. Hey! Up here!
Hey, Nomad! Been waiting for you. There's a radiation leak in the core. We can't hold these things off much longer. The reactor's gonna melt down unless we can shut it off. You'll need to swing around to the other side.
Tell me what I need to do.
First, you need to disable the circuit breakers in the exchange room. That allows you to restart the reactor safely. Don't worry, I'll guide you through it.
I have to go through here. Now, is the thing over here, or is it going up?
You should be near the circuit breaker now. The red radiation warning light will be flashing next to it.
Well, it's not this. So it must be on top. So how you doing, Foxy? Been a while.
Okay, that should do it.
Great. Rod arms are now open. Head over to the reactor room and initiate the scram sequence.
Is it this one? Yes, it is. Yay. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Oh. I thought it was something useful. Seriously. This is actually pretty cool. This section of the game is actually not too bad. I don't understand why people gave it such a bad rating when it came out. Yeah, I remember it was praised for its graphics, but I guess I'm going that way. You have anything for me? No.
Okay, I'm in the reactor room. What next?
Hit the red button.
Wow, how original.
Scram sequence initiated.
Good work, Nomad. The control rod should bottom now. Damn it! The rods are jammed!
There are hostiles everywhere. I think they're draining power from the reactor.
Nomad, I think we can overload them with power from the core. Stay within range. I'm transmitting a signal through your suit.
I think it's working.
Don't sound so surprised. I told you this would work.
It's do or die, Lieutenant. You need to bottom those control rods. We got extremely high radiation levels in there. You sure that suit can take it?
Yes, sir.
Maximum armor energy critical.
Okay, the reactor's shut down. Transferring power to secondary system. Great job.
Fuck, that was close.
Nice job pushing those rods down, boy. But I need you up on deck. We got another wave of hostiles inbound. Get up here.
You stupid fuck, we told you that it was gonna be fucking asshole. Can I pick up anything from here? Like weapons or anything?
Nomad, the guys on the flight deck sound like they're taking a beating. You better get up there. It's been an honor to work with you.
My god, okay. There is zero fucking ammo. H
The blast door's unlocked, Lieutenant. Take the ammo from
Are they gonna explode? Okay, they don't explode? Okay. Do I have to go up? No. Okay, that apparently goes up by itself. Alright. I have to go that way, right? Okay, and there's nothing I can take. Well, that drained really slowly. I want to see if there's any... Alright.
Bring it on, you sons of bitches! Come on! Moving up! Hold up! Coming fire! He's mine! Give me some wrestling fire!
Okay. Can I not get any other fucking ammo? Okay. Well, that's all I have for now. I have to go back here, apparently. Why? What? I didn't know this is where I had to go. That was not very well... I guess I have to go this way.
Nomad, they're swarming the flight deck. You have to get up here now.
Find someplace safe. I'll get up there, but I need to make a stop first. Morrison, I'm heading to the lab to pick up that tack cannon.
Make it quick, Lieutenant. We need you out on deck. There's something up here. Something big.
Don't forget to not step in...
He's close! No! You wanna do this the hard way?
I can't pick that. What the fuck?
Keep looking!
I've got the tack cannon.
Okay.
Nomad, the flight deck's overrun. We need to get off this ship. Hurry!
We're bailing out, Nomad. I'm gonna grab a VTOL and get us outboard. We'll wait for you.
Okay.
Holy fuck, that
Okay, seriously. For fuck's sake, man.
Get out of here, Lieutenant!
Find him. Where is he?
Just fucking let me go. I feel like shooting them in the head.
They need you on deck.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get there. But I guess I didn't go the right way because you guys were blocking my fucking way.
Nomad, get up here! These fuckers are swarming us! Clear the bridge! Let's go! Let's go! Admiral, there's a VTOL waiting on the flight deck. We have to go now! I am not leaving this ship! Sir, we're under orders! I give the goddamned orders! Nobody leaves! We stay and fight! But sir,
In Italian we say testa duro.
go! Come on, move! Oh, shit!
Nomad! Nomad! You have to save these people. Get out on deck.
You're stupid.
Go.
Nomad, you still alive?
Barely. The Admiral didn't make it. Where are you?
I'm with Helena in a VTOL! The carrier's overrun! Everyone's either dead or jumped ship. Hold on, we're coming in to pick you up.
How the fuck do I get up there? Why can't I move?
Oh, shit! No way I'm flying anywhere near that thing! You're gonna have to kill it, Nomad!
How did I know you were gonna say that?
Son of a bitch!
Hang on, Nomad. I'll try to weaken it. Stay close to that thing. It seems to be working.
I think I must have. Fuck. says infinity, but I don't have anything. Oh fuck. I die. I have this great suit. Apparently I die in the fucking...
Hang on, Nomad. I'll try to weaken it.
So I have no more of that.
Stay close to that thing. It seems to be working.
Fuck.
I'll try to weaken it. Stay close to that thing. It seems to be working.
Like, I understand why this doesn't work though. Ah, fuck. Fuck, I'm pretty sure I fucked that fucking last fucking thing up. I'm pretty sure that I was supposed to fucking use the rocket on there. I don't know where I'm supposed to get ammo or anything. Really? I can't go back in for cover at all?
How the fuck are we gonna kill that thing?
Yeah, I need to take cover. Fuck. Hey, Tiger, how's it going?
Hang on, Nomad. I'll try to weaken it.
Oh my god.
Stay close to that
Yeah.
thing. It seems to be working.
The thing is, I don't know what to target. Fuck. That's not what I wanted to do. What is... Nice. Yeah, not too bad.
They're retreating.
Hang tight. I'm bringing her down.
Whew. What am I supposed to do? Am I waiting for them, or... Escape the VTOL before the carrier is destroyed. Get to VTOL. Okay. But how do I get to the fucking VTOL? How... If I go in the water, I die. So that's that. Well, that's... Yeah, okay, but I'm supposed to get to over there. How? There's no fucking... No, that's not gonna... It's telling me I have to go this way. But how? This is the stupidest thing ever. I have a feeling it's one of those things where I'm not supposed to go... Can I go here? No, this is destroyed. Is there any other way? How the fuck? Apparently. So I have this amazing suit that can go through explosions and fire and shit, but yet I can't swim. Yay. It makes me think of Mario Brothers. The guy's a plumber, but he can't swim. Oh no, he can. It's not... No, not Mario Brothers. Sorry, Halo. The guy has a super amazing suit, freaking can demolish everything. And yeah. How the fuck do I get out of it? Like, honestly, I don't know.
Energy critical.
Well, yeah, but how the fuck? So it's pointing me to go over there, so I'm assuming it's this, but like, how the fuck do I get there? It makes no sense. Oh, it's the end of the boat. Awesome. Oh, no. Okay, I thought I was going to go back in the water. Ha ha.
Energy critical.
Get to the chopper. Am I supposed to go up that building? I don't know why my suit seems really heavy at this point. How the fuck do you get... Oh, there we go.
Leave me! Get out of here now!
Never gonna happen, mate!
We're not going without you.
Go! I can take this thing down!
Not without my help.
Are you crazy? Just go!
Holy shit. Well then. So I used all the firepower I had against this guy.
Oh, shit! They brought out the big guns! Oh,
Well then, that's that.
Nomad, knock out those turrets so we... Not without my help.
Are you crazy? Just go!
Ah, boy.
Oh, shit! They brought out the big guns! Nomad, take out those cannons!
Oh, fuck off. Well,
Nomad, knock out those turrets so we can get within range.
yeah, thanks.
I'm on it!
Well, yeah. So I'm assuming.
Not without my help.
Are you crazy? Just go!
Well, a lot of help you were. You just told me what to do.
Oh, shit! They brought out the big guns! Nomad, take out those cannons!
There must be a shield. Psycho, get us closer. Nomad, I'll transmit a signal through your suit.
We're taking fire! Don't get near that thing!
Nomad, knock out those turrets so we can get within range.
I'm on it!
That's not working. Okay. Knock out those turrets.
Not without my help.
Are you crazy? Just go!
Oh, shit! They brought out the big guns! Nomad, take out those cannons!
There must be a shield. Psycho, get us closer. Nomad, I'll transmit a signal through your suit. Nomad, knock out those turrets so we can get within range.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm on it!
Fuck.
Deal with those turrets, Nomad! It's gonna sink the fucking ship!
Why didn't I take the fucking... I don't understand. Why didn't I take the fucking... Oh, I couldn't... That's so fucking stupid.
Nomad, knock out those turrets so we can get within range.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be knocking down. Knock down the turrets, but...
Are you crazy? Just go!
Like, I'm if I knew what I was gonna try to supposed to hit, it'd be really like...
Oh, shit! They brought out the big guns! Nomad, take out those cannons!
There must be a shield. Psycho, get us closer. Nomad, I'll transmit a signal through your suit.
There's nothing's turning red, though.
We're taking fire! Don't get near that thing!
Nomad, knock out those turrets
Fuck! Why can't I run? Oh, because I don't have...
I'm on it!
I'm gonna die. I think I know what I'm supposed to do.
Not without my help.
But
Are you crazy? Just go!
There must be a shield. Psycho, get us closer. Nomad, I'll transmit a signal through your suit.
We're taking fire! Don't get near that thing!
Nomad, knock out those turrets so we can get within range.
I'm on it!
Those turrets, Nomad! It's gonna sink the fucking ship!
Nomad, knock out those turrets so we can get within range.
yes, because thank you, Captain Obvious.
Okay, Psycho, bring her in as close as you can get.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
Ditto. All right, keep us steady. Nomad, stand by. Hold on, I think it's working.
Shit, they're all over us! Nomad, keep them off our tail!
God damn it. Oh, okay, so I don't have to start from the beginning. Fucking awesome.
All right, keep us steady. Nomad, stand by. Hold on, I think it's working.
They're all over us! Nomad, keep them off our tail!
Ah.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
All right, keep us steady. Nomad, stand by. Hold on, I think it's working.
I'm trying.
Use the tack gun to lock on.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
Ditto. All right, keep it steady. Nomad, stand by. Hold on, I think it's working.
Shit, they're all over us! Nomad, get them off our tail!
The fuck, man? Jesus Christ.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
All right, keep it steady. Nomad, stand by. Hold on, I think it's working.
Shit, they're all over us! Nomad, get them off our tail!
The hell? Like,
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
Ditto. All right, keep it steady. Nomad, stand by. Hold on, I think it's working.
Shit, they're all over us! Nomad, get them off our tail!
well, that's that.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
Ditto. All right, keep it steady. Nomad, stand by. Hold on, I think it's working.
Shit, they're all over us! Nomad, keep them off our tail!
Well, it'd be nice.
I got it. The shield's down.
Use the tack cannon! Wax that thing!
I thought you'd never ask.
Oh, fuck off, man.
Use the tack gun to lock on.
Yes, thank you. Come on.
Nomad, lock on to the cannon with the tack gun.
This is impossible. Well, I'm sure it is, but like, again, it's another game. Like, it makes the last fight so ridiculously fucking hard.
Ditto. All right, keep it steady. Nomad, stand by. Hold on, I think it's working.
Shit, they're all over us! Nomad, keep them off our tail!
Okay, let me see if I can stay here.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
All right, keep it steady. Nomad, stand by. Hold on, I think it's working.
Shit, they're all over us! Nomad, keep them off our tail!
fuck do you use the fucking cannon? How the fuck do you use the fucking cannon? I've used it once. It loaded it once. Apparently I have unlimited ammo. But I don't know how to use it. Yes, thanks. Oh.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
All right, keep it steady. Nomad, stand by. Hold on, I think it's working.
Shit, they're all over us. Nomad, keep them off our tail.
You'd never ask.
Okay, but
use the tack gun to lock on.
oh, finally, figured out how to do it. Fuck, there's nowhere to fucking take cover. Like... Okay, sure. Part 3 of trying to take this fucking thing down. Go, 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 go. Ah! I have to use the targeting thing again. Come on. Fucking lock. And doesn't allow me to freaking lock on him long enough.
Okay, the hatch is open.
I almost killed him.
Okay, the hatch is open.
Are you fucking kidding me? I made it right when it saved it. Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, the hatch is open. Okay, the hatch is open.
How the fuck am I gonna make it out of this one?
Okay, the hatch is open. Okay, the hatch is open. Okay, the hatch is open.
Fuck. Okay.
Okay, the hatch is open.
Fuck.
Okay, the hatch is open.
I beat him. I just died at the same time.
Okay, the hatch is open.
Gonna die again.
Okay, the hatch is open.
Holy shit, man. This is fucking intense. How many fucking, like, parts are there to this fucking final boss? Jesus.
Okay, the hatch is open.
I don't know what the best approach is, though.
Okay, the hatch is open. Okay, the hatch is open.
Oh, fuck. I have to get to the VTOL. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. Where am I going? Where am I supposed to go? Okay. Jesus Christ.
Hurry! We're not leaving without you!
Hold on!
Come on, Psycho! Go, go, go!
Uh, considering when it came out, it's pretty cool. I find a lot of the it reminds Gears took a lot of inspiration from this game, at least in some aspects of it. Maybe not the cover part, but like the how the bosses are. They felt very Gears like. Wow, this is a very long scene to just see something sink into the bottom of the sea. Indeed. Well, I'm assuming at this point it's the ocean. The ocean can be deep. Very, very inspirational. Very deep.
There's a naval fleet en route from Japan. They'll be here within the hour.
I'm setting course to intercept.
No. We know how to beat them now. We need to keep fighting.
I'm picking up a transmission.
What is it?
You ain't gonna believe this, mate. It's Prophet.
He's alive?
And kicking by the sound of it. Looks like he's inside the sphere.
Lock onto his position. We're going back.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for the original Crysis. All right, before we do that, let's see. I don't even remember if I did this properly. Nope, that wasn't it. There we go. CG mini reviews. So, as I usually do after I stream a game, I usually give my off-the-cuff review of the game. And I will go in, and I said this at the beginning when I first streamed the game. When I first wanted to play the game, at least from what I remember, the reviews were, the game is gorgeous, but the storyline is flat. It was like, there wasn't much to the story. I was never able to play the game because I never had a PC that was strong enough to play it. Now, there is the Crysis remaster that came out. I did not play that. I did not want to dish out $40 for $50 for it. However, this is on Game Pass. So this is the original Xbox 360 release of the game. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't look as good as probably the PC version did. But here we are, and I've played through it, and to be honest, it actually looks pretty damn good for a game like from when it came out. It still looks pretty good. Probably helped along by the fact that the Xbox Series X has much better loading time, so it probably made the experience a lot better. However, having said that, in general, the game is actually better than I expected. I expected a game that would look good, and it's not without its faults. You can see its age in a few areas, but in general, it holds up pretty well. If I would compare it to something newer, I would have to say it's kind of Gears of War light in a way. So why would I say that? It's a very point A to point B. There's no side quests. It's literally point A, point B, point B, point C to point D. Like, it's very, very linear. It's basically, whatever it takes to get to the next point, which is basically what Gears is. It's very linear, with the exception of the last Gears, Gears 5. But in general, it's very linear. So from that perspective, it's fine. The boss fights I find were very similar to to Gears as well. So I have a feeling Gears took a lot of inspiration from this game. And he tweaked it with like duck mechanics and so on and so forth. So it's really good. Now, if I take the game for what it is, the story was a lot better than I thought. It's an alien story. Did I think of something really deep? No, but it was good enough. I mean, I'm trying to think of games in 2007 that was as engaging as this would be in the same type of game. There's not a ton. At this point, hey, thank you for the follow. Say Stace JBX. Thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so I think that the game actually aged pretty well. I wish that I guess that there's a remaster, which is not going to be on Game Pass anytime soon. But I'm hoping that one day it will be. Now, the only story I've ever heard of was Crysis. I've never played Crysis 2 and I've never played Crysis 3. Crysis 3 I actually have. I've downloaded Games with Gold, which was it was free, so I have that. But it's also on Game Pass right now, so I can get Crysis 1, 2, and 3 and I can play through all of that. So I'm thinking I don't know what the next game is going to be, but I'm definitely going to be playing at least at some point. At least I would start at some point. I would start Crysis 2 just to see how the story unfolds and so on. Thanks, Integer. The final boss was a lot tougher than I thought it would be. Similar to like Perfect Dark, which I actually finished outside of the of streaming because I was never able to finish on stream. As you guys say, I spent like an hour trying to beat the final boss. I don't know what the fuck it was, and I got fed up of going through the same thing because it's checkpoints, so you have to go start from the same point every time. Exactly. Like I mean, I know everybody has the same narrative, and no, it's the mob mentality. It's the same thing with sports. It's the same thing with everybody seems to have that same narrative, and once one person says that narrative, it seems everybody follows it. But honestly, I personally think that Game Pass is amazing, and there's rumors that there's Ubisoft's Uplay or whatever they call it now, which is going to be part of Game Pass at one point. The only thing that would make this sweeter, to be quite honest, is to have it merge with Steam, but they'll never do it because even Game Pass with PC is way too restrictive. For example, not Fallout 4, because Fallout 4 you can actually have mods, but like Fallout 3, let's say you wanted to add mods to Fallout 3. Oh no, I know it's too much. Yeah, I know. It's a great value. I mean, I'll be honest. With all the games they announced at E3, and I haven't actually been on since E3 came on, right? So maybe I'll go a little bit into that before I do that. But now, just to finish on Crysis, the graphics look pretty good. There's few mechanics, physics mechanics that are a little dated. Like a bullet will demolish the whole shack, which is insane. The sound design is a little bit weird. Like it's really nice to hear the creak and to hear the birds and stuff. It's you're in a shack with open windows, and it's as if it's insulated from all the sounds outside. And the minute you walk outside, nature starts again. The minute you're inside, it all disappears, as if like there's no, the minute you walk in, there's no more sound. It was weird, but hey, and that's fine. Other than that, I mean, it's aged pretty well. It was a fun game. I had fun. It's not a terribly long game. It's maybe 10 hours long, and apparently Crysis 2 is even shorter. I don't know if it's because it was rushed or not, but yeah, this was a fun game. Would I have liked to play this when it came out? Absolutely. But it would have also cost me a PC that cost like $10,000 at the time, and I did not have that money. So it's one of those games I never got to play. And this is proof that if you're patient, games will come out. Like a lot of people were complaining, like in Canada, a lot of the games are a lot of the games are 79.99 Canadian plus tax. So if you buy a game full price when it comes out, it's usually almost $100 with the taxes and so on and so forth, especially in Quebec. Um, but the 90% of the games go down in price within a month. Fallout 76 was a bit of a anomaly because it had such a horrible launch. But in general, like games will come out $70 and then or 80 bucks. Well, it's $70 American. Let's put it that way. But then you wait like a month, it's down 40% already off the main price. So there is like nowadays there's zero incentive to actually pre-order anything. I mean, everything is going to drop in price anyways if you're willing to wait. Unless it's a game you're absolutely wanting to play. Like gung ho. Like I was like that for Cyberpunk. I bought Cyberpunk at full price, thinking that would play right away, but with all the issues, I just decided to stay off for now. I'll probably play it a year after it came out. The bugs are going to be out, and it's going to be, some people, I've looked at streamers, a lot of people liked it, a lot of people didn't. But we'll see how that goes, and we'll take it from there. Yeah, so I would recommend Crysis. I mean, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to play Crysis. It's on Game Pass. If you have Game Pass, try it. If not, the original game I think is. I would like to say it's $10. It's not that expensive. But if you want to get the best experience with newer consoles and you want to have the best visuals and a remaster, then yeah, get Crysis Remastered, which will probably bring you down about $40. But I'm happy for that, and I mean it is what it is. I really like Crytek. I've always have them. I love Rise Son of Rome. And I hope they make a second one. It was a little too short in my opinion, but again, it was a very similar game. It's a very linear game, point A, point B. Basically, it's if Assassin's Creed would be linear, that's basically Son of Rome, Rise. And it looks still spectacular today, and it speaks to Crytek. Whatever they're using for their technologies always look good way in the future. I don't. Obviously, Crysis 2 and 3 weren't as revolutionary as Crysis. Crysis, like, literally broke, even at the lowest settings, it broke your computer back in the day. So, yeah, that's basically it for me for Crysis in terms of that. Now, going back to the discussion a bit on, Xbox E3. I mean, everybody was saying, "Oh, it was amazing." A Nintendo won, but it depends your point of view. I have a Switch. I couldn't care less about Metroid. There we go. I just alienated like half of my viewers or followers. I'm not a big Metroid fan. I never have been, never will be. So, like, I'm not saying they're not fun. It's just it's not for me. And the thing is, it's because it was that one oh shit moment, which they had that oh shit moment like 3 years ago, Metroid 4, and then they decided to scrap the whole idea and restart from scratch. Why? I have no clue. I didn't follow, and I don't care. There was a state of play today from PlayStation. Apparently, there's new games. Again, I don't own a PS4 or a PS5. So I don't really care, unless it's multi-platform. I really don't care. So for me, the only thing at E3 that I really cared about was the Xbox 3, the Xbox. Oh, there was a lot of CG trailers. Stalker 2 looked fantastic. It kind of reminds me of a Metro, but with zombies, which looks really fun. It looked awesome. But again, um, like I'm an Xbox guy. I've had Xbox for forever. It's time for games to start coming out now. Like it's all fine and dandy to say, oh, we're gonna have the best games and we're racking up the studios and shit. But at one point, you have to start coming out with games that people want to play. Yes, there's the Forzas that's gonna be coming out. Okay, great. But I want to play games that I want to play. Stalker is one. Well, actually, Stalker and a lot. And the thing is the games. So 27 out of 30 games that they showed was going to be day one on Game Pass, which is huge, right? And I can speak from experience. I wasn't going to buy the Outer Worlds when it came out, and it ended up being day one on Game Pass, and I ended up playing it day one because of that. Never regretted it. And I ended up buying the DLC because of that. I still don't own the original game. I should at one point, but I'm waiting for it to go down in price because it didn't really go down that much. But I got the DLC, so the developer did get their cut. And there's a lot of games that I've played I would have never played if it wouldn't be for Game Pass. Um, and it's not for the AAA titles that Game Pass is going to be really trivial or really amazing. It's for the I'm on the fence games that you don't know if you would pay for it or not. You're going to try it on Game Pass. And the way I usually do, if I love the game on Game Pass, I'm going to buy it. Like Outer Worlds is one of them. Was it The Observer? The one that's Cyberpunk Future. I forgot the name. I think it's The Observer. I played the Turing Test as well. That was a good one. Underrated game. Um, Absolutely fun. And I remember for that game, I think the second night I streamed it, I streamed a whole 2.5 hours with my mic muted. I was wondering why nobody was hearing me when I was talking. Like nobody was answering when I was asking questions and shit. And there we go. Happens to every streamer that's ever streamed before. Um, yeah. So to go back to E3, did I think that everybody was like, "Oh, it was the best E3 for Xbox ever"? Okay. Um, I don't know if I would go that far. Oh no, for this, but it was like it was for that particular game when I played it. I had no volume. Um, yeah, it's before I had like a decent setup for streaming. It was so bad. Um, so yeah, I think Xbox. It's the thing is once the floodgates open for Xbox, they're gonna freaking come out. But until then, I think personally, both consoles came out a year too early. And I think it's because Xbox wanted to come out first. PlayStation said, hey, we have to do this. So they kind of did the same thing. But Xbox is going for a different demographic in a way, or at least audience, because they're not going for the hardware sales. They're going for people in Game Pass. So they don't care if you're getting the hardware or not. If you have a PC, if you have, eventually, my take on it, the console Game Pass would also be available on PC, and eventually you'll be able to play anywhere. and you can also play. I haven't really tried XCloud yet, but I'm not somebody that plays like I'm not somebody that travels a lot. I used to travel for work, but I don't anymore. Not because of COVID, just because the nature of my job. So I don't really know if it'd be for me. I still like to play my games on my Xbox locally, or a PC. Call me old fashioned. Um, the game that stuck out to me a lot for E3, it was Stalker 2. That one really piqued my interest. The rest, there were a couple of party games which I couldn't care less, and I think most players couldn't care less either. But if it's Game Pass day one, why not, right? Um, Actually, let me look at Xbox E3 221 list of games. There's a few games that I know that I okay. And they also did an extended one, which I didn't look at. Um, Contraband didn't look too bad. Not particular. Like I don't know if I would play it, but if it's on Game Pass day one, have some good leadership right now. Problem is AAA games take much longer to make before, so E3 are always more hit and miss now. It's not that they're hit or miss. I think the problem with E3, and it's always been a problem. Everybody goes gaga over E3, right? But in general, there's about 10% of those games were legitimately ready to be released within 6 months. The rest of them we're working on this and they get released like 2-3 years down the road. Some of them get canceled, right? Remember Spellbound? What was the other one? Good or Evil 2? No, they had this great thing and it died. And I don't know what they're doing with it. Um, Again, like Redfall looked interesting, looked like it's already been done 1,000 times, looks interesting, but it's not ready anywhere. It's not anywhere close to being ready. Same thing with the Outer Worlds 2. We all knew number 2 was coming out. We all knew that. There we go. Now, I don't know if it's going to be multi-platform or not. And I found it odd that Bethesda had to apologize to PlayStation players for not having the games available on their, like Starfield, available on PS5. Why? I found that odd. It's like, whatever. Eventually, there's going to be like two people that are going to own everything. That's what it comes down to. That's the one thing I miss about Xbox. Most are delayed. Most, like, especially this year, everything was like, you know what? If Xbox would have been up, not Xbox, but if gaming studios would have been upfront about this year ahead of time, it would have been fine. Everything got delayed. Like, literally everything. So, I mean, nothing's getting released. The only thing that's, I think, is going to get released on time is Halo, which I'm looking forward to. But again, it was supposed to come out last year and it got pushed a year. A year. And yet it was on the box of, it was on the Xbox Series Xbox. There was the picture of the Master Chief. A Plague Tale didn't look too bad either. Replaced didn't look too bad either. Mario and Rabbids, I couldn't care less. Metroid Dread. No, this is not Xbox. This is not. This is like game. I want Xbox particular. Exactly. Well, the thing is Nintendo's weird. Nintendo works on their own thing. I just don't like how they manage. It's like the thing about Nintendo is like on the surface they're like, oh, we love people, hugs, and then they turn around and they take the rug away from you, from under your feet. That's Nintendo. Like the guy had a great idea of doing a battle royale with Mario, and the guy got slapped with a fucking to take down the game. I mean, it's just the way it is. You can't you can't play Nintendo games and you publish like let's even if it's technically fair use because you're playing the game and you're streaming it. They're one of the few ones that you'll always get a takedown notice or a copyright claim if you play their music. Um, you know, you have to have nuance too. I mean, if I'm playing Super Mario, Super Mario Maker 2, melding my own thing, and it happens to be Super Mario Brothers playing in the background, why is that like copyrighted? Like it's not fair use. Now, if I blatantly steal the the music and try to make money off of it, that's a different story. But the focus for gameplay, it's not the music. The focus is the gameplay and the hosts or whoever's talking on the video, right? Um, and it's one of those things that's never been ironed out properly. It's first up, first serve, and whoever's greedy is greedy, and whoever isn't. You have other game studios; they don't give a shit about shit. You can do whatever you want with their game; it's fair use. They don't care. Then you have other ones that it's just like insanely, um, it's just insanely restrictive in the way they're doing that. So one game that I know that I'm not going to be playing is Far Cry 6. I bought Far Cry 5. Um, because I had the audacity to play um, to play Far Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and then I followed that with Far Cry 5. And I regretted that decision because it's basically the same game, just with a different skin. And I was like, I had Ubisoft fatigue at that point because Odyssey was really long. Little did I know that Valhalla would be even longer for no apparent reason. Um, I still say, though, Odyssey is my favorite one from the reboot. Odyssey, Valhalla was just, I don't know, there were certain areas that it wasn't clear what you were supposed to do. And then when you're actually done the game, there's an actually extra section that's done. But even when you're done the game, there's like, or before you're done the game, like the last section, I think 90%, 80% of that is just cinematics. You play like almost nothing. And it's like, why? It took me out of the game. It took me out of the game completely. And then the end of the game was like, what the hell just happened? And there's things they could have done a little bit better. Is it gorgeous? Absolutely. But I think they're a victim of their own success. I don't know if you're a programmer. I think you are, but as a programmer, I remember PHP. It used to be simple, lightweight, and it was great. And then became a victim of its own success and became bloated. And that's kind of how I feel about it, about Ubisoft games. Okay, so that's how I feel about Ubisoft games. The games like if you play the first Assassin's Creed, they're not perfect. I never really liked the side quests or actually everything they brought back in Valhalla, which was a throwback to other older games. It's all the stuff I didn't care for. And it was like, right? And yeah, you don't have to do it, but at the same time, it's kind of like, yeah. So yeah, it kind of like I've if there's another Assassin's Creed, I'm not sure I'm gonna get it out of the day one. Um, they're way too long. This one lasted what I think I played over about 100 hours, and I didn't even do all the side quests at all. There's like a ton of side quests I didn't do. There's elements of the game that I think could have been improved upon, which were not. Um, there's a whole section, in Asgard and stuff like that, and I found that short and flat. But by the time you get to those sections, the game is already so long, you don't give a crap about doing all the little details. You just want to finish the game. Um, and I'm sure if you followed me during that playthrough, I screamed a couple of times because it was like annoyingly long. And I think even Odyssey could have been long, but Odyssey, the differences with Odyssey and Valhalla, quite honest, is I really felt for the um, the story and the characters. Like there was a connection there, and the storytelling was done really really well. Whereas Valhalla, yeah, there's Eivor, but the characters are bland, and I don't care. Like I honestly could not care less about the characters. Yeah, it was a nice adventure. It was nice to play as a Viking, but it was annoying more than it was fun. Because you kind of have to grind at some point. And the grinding is what's annoying. And sometimes the side quests, and the one thing I was, get cold sweat streaming modern UBI is just for their length. It's like you could be, like, it's like a Fallout game or whatever. It's like you can spend like 3 hours doing absolutely nothing. You've accomplished nothing in 3 hours. It's just the way it is, especially when you're doing the grinding and the side quests. Some side quests are so ridiculously stupid. Like some of them, and what I didn't like is the way the menu worked as well for Valhalla. It was weird. I don't know if you played Valhalla, but it was like in Odyssey. Let's say you hit a side quest or whatever, you would have a side panel with it would say, okay, this is the side quest and whatever. They kind of got away from that and they kind of mark it on your map, which is fine. But let's say you're in the middle of, you got a side quest, you're in the middle of the side quest, you have to leave. Okay, so you leave. You come back. There's no way to know what that side quest was about. Let's say you forgot. Normally you press select and you go, okay, what was this about? Basically, you have to go back to what the original guy was and ask him again, what am I supposed to do? There's no way in the menu to actually follow your side quests, which is stupid. It's stupid. There is a journal, but it's not useful. It's just like useful for the main quest, but not the side quests. It's stupid. I did not understand that decision making. Like it's the one thing like the how many times did I hit a side quest in Odyssey and I was like putting it on the side and then one stream at the side. You know what? I'm going to do them all one by one, all the side quests. At least you can follow along what you're doing. There it's just marked on the map and they're kind of assuming you know what you're supposed to do. So it makes it extra difficult for no apparent reason. And you can actually cheat the game to make yourself really um, um, to make yourself overly powerful, like right at the beginning. Because if you get like most of the legendary armor, all the I forget what the hell, it's the side thing there with all the soldiers and stuff like that. There you meet. I forget what it's called. It's escaping me now. But like you have to you meet them on the road and you beat them and you get a legendary item or whatever it is. And they're insanely difficult to frickin' battle one on one. But if you get that from the beginning, you can pretty much beat all of them like out of nowhere. And getting the legendary armor, if you know where you're going, takes maybe one streaming session. And you can get them right away. Most of them anyways. Like the armor, the helmet, and everything. So, I mean, yeah, it's fine and dandy. It was cool. There's also bugs in the system. Like, so I took Eivor as the male. But if you finish the game, there's a certain ending. They didn't reshoot it properly, or they didn't skin it properly, and it's the female Ivor. Even though you select the male Ivor. And another thing, there were bugs. I didn't have a there wasn't a ton that happened to me, but the game crashed 2-3 times, and a couple of times I lost a save. It was corrupted, and I don't know why. I have no clue why that's the case. No clue. They fix it? I think so, but I don't know. Um, I'm just looking right now. I'm trying, and the reason why I'm playing these old games is there's nothing new that's like a perfect link. Like if I go to Fallout, so let's forget the Fallout 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and Tactics. That's one kind of game, which is different. But let's say I play Fallout 3, and the reason why I love Fallout 3 as much as I do, it's the perfect open world game. You can play the main quest. There's not that much grinding, because if you play the main quest, you can get through the game. But there's also side quests that you can go and explore. One of the most perfect recent games that I've played that I think was I call it a full open world, but it's just enough open world, but very linear, similar to BioShock, is Metro Exodus. If you are, yes, Metro Exodus was an absolute great game. I loved it. I was a fan of Metro and Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. It was very linear. It was underneath. It's really really good, and the way that it's done, it's a weird way because you have different seasons, and then you go through the seasons and you have that particular area, and it's not super long. It's maybe 40 hours, which yes, it's a long game, but it's not 100 hours. And I didn't feel there was a lot of bloat. Now, I do agree not all games need to be open world. It's the trend now. Same thing as Battle Royale was a trend. It seems everybody's going on the open world thing. Not everything needs to be an open world. If it fits the setting, it's fine. And I think that Metro Exodus hit a good balance between being linear, but also giving you a little bit of liberty to go, rewards you if you go off the beaten path and you go find something, right? And I think and the story I found was really, really good. I ended up getting the good ending, but it's really, exactly. It's now a lot of people complained with Metro Exodus that it was a little bit too. The cinematics were a little bit too long. The conversations were a little bit too long. I could kind of agree. Not everybody likes that. I personally like it. I think it's a nice break when you're playing, especially when you're streaming. It's pretty cool. And I don't think was there a way of skipping it? I don't remember. There's one game I played. You couldn't skip the cinematics. Oh, it was Perfect Dark. Yeah, Perfect Dark. You can skip the cinematics. You had to actually play it out before you actually start, which was stupid. So yeah, that's why there's a lot of newer games like Far Cry 6. I just not interested. It looks cool. I'm sure it's going to look spectacular. They're going back to the jungle, which is great. But I could not care less for the game. I could not care less for the game. I think I've reached a point with Ubisoft where I want to enjoy their games, but every time it's kind of like I enjoyed Assassin's Creed Origins. And the reason why I loved Odyssey is because it took Origins and it fixed the issues with Origins. I found Origins very, very repetitive, a lot more than Odyssey. But then on the other side of the spectrum, you have like Valhalla, which decided to go like a 180. They decided to go like everything's a new adventure, but it doesn't add any value to the story. it adds to the lore of the section or the world that you're in or that time frame that you're in, but it doesn't add anything. It's just really long for. It was really bloated. And then Far Cry 5, I played like maybe 10 hours, and then I'm like, I'm playing Assassin's Creed with modern day skins, so I'm like, yeah, no, or guns, which I think it could have been fun, but. And I heard the ending was a little bit weird. And the worst part is you can finish the game with the first 5 minutes. You can actually end the game. You can. I think you start the game and instead of arresting the guy, you don't. You just leave, and there we go. The game ends, or you arrest him. It's one of the two. Um, Somebody did it by mistake, which is insane. Um, yeah, and yeah, I'm just looking for new games, man. I want to start playing new games that take advantage of the Xbox Series X. I've been playing a lot of old games, which is great, and the load times alone makes it worth it. Um, I've discovered Fallout 4 the mods. Yeah, I saw somebody on I saw I think I forget it was Gaming Bolt or Gameranks, but like somebody started and they're like, yeah, we chose this one, and it ended up ending the game. Well, at least there wasn't much you missed, right? Um, it could have been a lot better. I just didn't really think of it that much. I didn't. Yeah, it's and I have it. It's in my arsenal. I've never completed the game, so we'll see how it is, and we'll take it from there. Um, so for my next game, I didn't know if I was gonna play Crysis 2 or Mafia 2, and I really loved Mafia 1, but apparently the remaster for Mafia 2 is not as good. Like the animations are crap. But I don't know if that's the case. I really loved Mafia 1. I don't know if you've played it, but it is. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know if you've played Mafia 1, but the ending is one of the best endings I've ever had in a video game. Um, I did not expect it. Yeah, so the first one is based in the 40s, and I will be honest, I fucking love that era. Like that like I grew up, my dad was always like um, intrigued by mafia, Italian mafia stuff and books and stuff like The Sicilian and The Godfather, The Wise Guys, which is basically the base story for Goodfellas, the movie. So we were always like intrigued by that, like documentaries. Yeah, exactly. And I absolutely love the era. It was gorgeous. It felt authentic. I felt like I was playing in a real mobster movie. It was really good. And if I remember correctly, it's to me it was better than the game The Godfather. Forget the graphical, say the storyline and stuff like that. I think it was better done in Mafia. Haven't played Mafia 2, and Mafia 3 has a bad rep. So Mafia 2, they did the remaster. I'm on the fence on playing that one, but it's one of those games that I think I'm gonna like. It's just something that's really cool, and I love that kind of. And I think it takes place in the 70s, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that's really cool. Um, yeah, I think they fixed those issues, but I think um, it still has the same. Now I think you can get like if you buy, I think it's Mafia 2 or you buy Mafia 3, you get the DLCs for them, which is actually pretty cool. I think at Mafia 3, like every other game, they tried to ruin it. They like it's like somebody from the execs came down and said, "Okay, we have to like do this, this, and this." Whereas you didn't have that limitation with Mafia 1. Same thing with Dead Space. Dead Space 1, great. Dead Space 2, also great. Dead Space 3, decided to go with the trend and they ruined it. and now they're trying to reboot it. Lord, why didn't you just continue the storyline, but make it a decent game what people want? I absolutely love Dead Space, but Dead Space 3, ugh. It has good ideas, but it doesn't fit with that game. It's like, how can I put this? If it wouldn't be a Dead Space 3 game, I think it would be decent. But because it's Dead Space, you're expecting certain things, and it's just not. It doesn't work. You know, it like in music. Let's say you play Metallica Load, right? The album Load. As a Metallica album, it's not that great. Yeah, it got some popular songs, but it's not a Metallica album per se. It's not. It doesn't feel like a Metallica album. However, if it be any other band playing that album, it'd be a good album. It just doesn't fit Metallica, or at least I load and reload. Same thing with this. Exactly. But you're gonna see that more and more, right? The freedom of, unless you're an indie developer, and that's what I kind of miss with Xbox Live Arcade. You're okay. Cool. I might actually I have so much backlog, but then again, I haven't really streamed much lately. I'm hoping that I will, but yeah, it's been cool. Crysis was good length. It was about 10 hours. Mafia 1 was about 10-15 hours, I think. Oh man, I loved it so much. I loved it so much. Um, and I'm sure I'm gonna love it. It's a lot of people are complaining about the mechanics of the game. I mean, it is what it is. Um, and what I liked about Mafia, there wasn't too many areas where you were stuck not knowing what to do. Like it's pretty well laid out. The worst is when there's a linear game, but then you're stuck because you don't know what the fuck to do next. That is the worst. It's like, okay, can you give me a hint? Any hint here, please? Thank you. I don't know if you're a fan of wrestling, but if you are a fan of wrestling, I don't know if I have it here. Yeah, Retromania Wrestling. It's actually really cool. It's actually a sequel to WWF WrestleFest in the arcade. Um, yeah, in the first game you collected. There's something you collected too in the first game, but that's fine. Oh, it was this first game you had comic books, mechanic magazines, and there's something else. And then what I loved about the first one is the newspaper headlines would always change based on the day. That was really cool. So yeah, I installed BioShock Infinite, so I may play that at one point. I installed Crysis. Fallout 4, I was going to play a lot of the DLCs. Not the DLC, sorry. Mods, story mods. And I ended up playing James's Ruins, which is it's basically a B movie in a DLC. It's epic. It's amazing. It makes 0 cents. 0 cents. Makes no sense. But you go with it. That's pretty much it. And Retromania is and the thing is yeah, it was insane. It was so bad. I laughed more than anything else for that playthrough. It was insane. I think it was Kenny that was on my stream, and there was somebody else. They just came for the story. It was stupid. It was so stupid. Games with gold. I have so many games with gold. It's not even funny. One day I will play the whole series of Assassin's Creed, the original. Coffee Talk was a game that I played, which was actually really good. I liked it. It's one of those point and clicks There's not much gameplay. It's an interactive movie, essentially. Goat Simulator, yeah, I haven't played in a long time. I have Inside, which I was able to download, and is this gold? Are these all with gold? Oh, that's games with gold. Oh yeah, games with gold. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah. So there's Inside. They're coming out with a new game. To me, all the games look the same from that developer. It's insane. This one is really rough. Lords have fallen. Lords of the Fallen. Yeah, so I have quite a few games. Sticks, I had a lot of problems with it when I first started using it. It wasn't very fun. Thief as well. I was thinking of Prey 2. There's so many freaking games. Like half of these games I've never played. I never got to it. I just downloaded them because they were free, but I never got to play them. Yeah, it's. I heard it's really really good. But it's not. Is it on EA Play? I'm not sure. It should be though. Prey. See, because of Xbox Game with Gold, I get Dead Space 1, 2, and 3. And Ignition. I have them all. Actually, no, I don't have Ignition. I just have 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, Dragon Age is another one I haven't played yet. It's been in my backlog. I just never got to play it. Again, it's another game that takes forever to fucking play. It's another Witcher. Mass Effect, I played the first one. The original one. Okay, cool. Did I miss it? Prey? Or did they take it out? Pretty sure it was on EA Play. Yeah, maybe they did. Oh, it's on Game Pass. So this one is on Game Pass. So I'm assuming this is the one that's 2017. Yeah, 2017. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I don't know what the graphical changes for that one. Why would I play an inferior version of this? Like if they remastered in 2017, why would I pay $25 to play an old version of it? Man, look at all these games, man. It's insane. This is only... And I know the one for PC is not as great. But, again, I was able to play Doom 64 because of Game Pass. Doom Eternal because of... Doom Eternal? No, I bought Doom Eternal. And I bought Doomed as well. But I could have waited. I'm tempted to play Morrowind, but again, it's another game that takes forever, and if I remember correctly from my first playthrough, it was a bitch. Do I want to play Skyrim? Oh, I don't know if you saw, there was a... there's somebody that made a section of Skyrim, but in Real Engine 5. It looks so freaking good. Oh my god. The Evil Within, Fable series as well. Fallout 3. It looks fantastic. It's insane. My god, if you have a chance to look it up on YouTube, I'm tempted to play Halo, but Oh, Hades is already here? No, August 13th. That's going to be a fun game. I think it's already on PS5, I think. My God, look at this. So many games. Well, that will be it for me for tonight. Thanks, Integer, for... I think with Game Pass, it's a case of what to do fancy most per experience-wise, viewer potential side. Yeah, I never really... There's a few suggestions that came through my channel, like Deus Ex and stuff like that. Bioshock as well. I was never... I usually play what I feel like playing. And I know there's some games that are not really good for streaming. Sometimes there's games that are more intense. Usually I talk less, so I'm not as engaging. But I mean, whatever. At the end, it's my channel and I play what I want. I mean, if you don't like it, it's like there's people that followed me for a certain game, and then the minute I finish the game, they unfollow me. It's like, okay, fine, great. Then there's another one I posted on a Facebook page or whatever. It was like, it's not a follow for follow, but I was just telling people, hey, I'm live. So this guy's like, oh, I love to support, and he followed and he unfollowed right after. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna follow, don't unfollow a day after. You clearly didn't see what my channel's about, and you clearly didn't see what I stream. So why the hell did you follow, like, in the first place? And I called him out on it. And then he refollowed me to unfollow me again the day after. So I just blocked him. I'm like, fuck it. I don't want your follow ever again. And it wasn't a bot. It was an actual guy. He was streaming. He had an actual channel. And it's like, yeah, you know what, dude? Like, no. Like, seriously. Go screw yourself, Yeah, I was like, I just hate, like, I am all for following people, and I'm the first thing. If you follow me, I'll check out your channel and see. But if you play stuff that I don't actively like watching, I'm not gonna, like Apex Legends. I don't care, and if that's all you play, well, sorry. The only time that I followed somebody with a game that I actually don't play, I think it was Avante. I followed him because he plays League of Legends most of the time, and yeah, that's all and I followed him. And it was great. I loved the channel when he was streaming and stuff like that. It's weird because the thing is the fun part of streaming is the engagement of people, right? You have conversations while you're playing a game. It's a community. It's fine. The thing is, 9 times out of 10, there's like, at least for me, there's like, I don't know, 3 to 10 viewers, right? And a lot of times, some people chat, some people don't. But if those viewers are not there, and you're just talking to yourself, yeah, it's fun to play the game, but it's kind of like when you're streaming over and over and over again. Now, there was a big influx of people streaming during the pandemic. Why? Because there was nothing else to do, so they decided to stream. I've noticed already there's a bunch of channels that I started following. They stopped streaming. It's been like 3 months they haven't streamed, which coincided with when things opened up in the States, right? It's just whatever. And then there's others that, okay, obviously they stopped streaming because, life and stuff, but in general, I like to watch smaller channels in general, only because I find the engagement is a lot more authentic. It's rare that I follow a big channel, and the ones that I do follow that are big, I started following them when they were small, and I usually don't chat much in those streams, only because usually, I mean, there's so many people chatting. What's the point? And it's just I just like to enjoy watching somebody play a game. I mean, some people don't understand it at all. Some people are like, I don't understand how you watched it. Blah, 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 blah. It's a waste of time. Like I think was it Bill Meyer? He's like, he basically said he mentioned that you know millennials watching Twitch is a waste of time. Yet there's people sitting in their living room watching his show. So, like, I'm not saying his show is a waste of time, but if you think watching another player playing a game is a waste of time, by that token, somebody watching your show is also a waste of time because they're doing the same thing. They're just watching something different, and because it's on the platform that you're on, doesn't make it better because it's your platform. It's like, and the thing is with let's say a show like Bill Meyer, real time, you can't interact with them live, right? Yeah, it's a live show, but you can't really interact with them. It's guests and stuff like that. Whereas when you're streaming, usually you interact with the host. You interact with the people that are online. You're interacting with the chat. It's very very different. And unless you're part of that ecosystem, you don't necessarily understand it. The older generation won't understand it because why would anybody want to watch somebody playing Donkey Kong, right? Because Donkey Kong is boring. But it's a different type of, like, for me, I'm a cord cutter, so I don't really watch a lot of network TV. I watch sports. Most, if anything else, if anything, it's sports. That's number one. Soccer, football, hockey, baseball. I probably watch that most. The news once a day, maybe at the end of the day. The rest of the shows I do not watch at all. Network TV to me is boring as shit. So I rather watch somebody, if I have the time, I rather watch somebody that's streaming a game that I enjoy and seeing how they go through the hurdles or how they're building their characters than watching something that's on TV. For me, it's a better time. I relax more by watching somebody else play their games. So it is what it is, and yeah. And I think I will call it quits. I have been streaming for 3 hours and 15 minutes. And I want to say thank you so much, Integer, for passing by, chatting it up. Always appreciate when you pass by. I know you're not a big chatter and more of a lurker, but I really appreciate you chatting it up and passing. I know I haven't streamed much lately, but I'm hoping to get a little bit back into it. I legitimately miss it. And to me, it's my relaxation. I just haven't had a lot of downtime recently. So, and now I'm finishing my parental and starting a new job. So I should have a little bit more time at night. So I shouldn't be doing as much. Hey man, always a pleasure. You've been around for quite a while on my channel. I don't even know what was the first. Actually, you've been following me since November 16th, 2018. What was I playing at that point? Was it The Witcher? No, The Witcher I played in February. It had to be a story-driven game. It had to be a story-driven game. It's possible that I followed you first, though. A lot of people that follow me, usually I followed them first, not expecting anything, anything else. And some of them like... And I always tell people, if you're going to follow my channel, make sure you like the content. It makes sense that if after a year you're not watching my channel, you unfollow. Great, no problem. But if you follow and then unfollow like a week later, what is the point? Why did you follow in the first place? Right? You clearly didn't see my videos. I don't hide my videos. I even have highlights. So, I mean, it's out there. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, exactly. All right, dude. Everyone that's in the chat, hope that you guys have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful week. And I will try to see you very soon. And have a good one, guys. Ciao.